All right, this is my second time recording this. The entire video that I just recorded did not work. Card ended up being full for some reason. No, I don't know what happened. But let's talk camera bags, shall we? Everyone is searching for the perfect camera bag, the most feature-rich camera bag, and it's hard. There is no single perfect camera bag, but there's a few options that are close. So this bag right here is the first bag that I ever bought and the last bag that I bought almost 2 years ago. This right here is the Brevity Roamer 2, and it has been amazing. Not perfect, but amazing. This thing has gone with me on every single trip, every single adventure, to and from the office every single day for the last 2 years or so. Now, I paid, I think, $180 for it. It was on sale. Normally it was $220, and it came with everything you needed. You didn't have to buy anything extra. We'll get into that later. But it came with everything, and it was really feature rich, which I really enjoy in a bag. This bag was designed flawlessly. Not flawlessly. This bag was designed greatly and executed okay. The materials are average. There's nothing special. It is kind of like a moisture resistant material on the front here, weather resistant zippers for the top part, back access, a side quick access, 2 mesh water bottle pockets, a back handle, which was annoying for putting it on luggage because it is sideways. So when you put it on your luggage, you have to put it like this or like this, and it was just frustrating. It was kind of annoying because then, you know, trying to get your computer out of there, and it just wasn't going well, and trying to get stuff out of this top pocket while it's sideways was not the best. So I would just end up putting my handle through the top and having it sit like that on the luggage. It's got this really cool pocket right here, which I have learned to love. It's a little side pocket right on the back here. For when it was on the luggage, you could put like your passport right there, something like that, so you could just quickly get to it. Padding on the straps is not good. It's almost like if you were to buy like a $40 mattress topper that's, you know, 1/4 of an inch thick. That's what this padding is. Yeah, not the best. It does have a sternum strap. The bungee on here is okay. I never really used the straps because the bungee didn't really keep it tight, so like it would just rely on the nylon strap to tighten it. So the bungee was just always open. Now, some of the things I loved about this bag was the features, like I was saying. These straps on the bottom here, which you could hold additional items, but I loved these bottom straps. I would put my towel right there when I'm done so that way no sand gets in the bag or anything like that. Gorilla Pod or a tripod. If I had a hoodie on and it was kind of warm out, I would put the hoodie in the bottom here and just keep it there and not have to fill up my entire top part. Now, speaking of the top part, you get into it by this magnetic clasp, which is awesome. It just slides open like that. You can click it into place like that, so you don't have to like slide it back on there. And once you get to the top here, you have kind of a dump ball, something like that. I don't know. It has like a little cinch thing on top here. I don't remember what this is called. But what I liked about this was you could fit a lot of stuff in here. Like, this is deep. I was easily fitting like 3 days worth of clothes in here. Obviously light clothes, but it was nice to be able to have more storage if I needed it. You could extend this clasp all the way out so that way it fits all the way up top, but this is annoying. Then you're left with this when it is completely closed that you kind of just have to like shove up in here. That was fairly annoying. In the top flap here, there was a hidden pocket on the inside of the bag that you could get into, which was really cool to have. I would put a lot of stuff in there. And then one of my favorite parts of this bag is this little front side right here. It has all of these pockets and organizational stuff to, you know, just organize all of the little things you had. Yes, this was a pain in the ass. This right here is just not good. These zippers would get caught on the corners of the pockets when you would try to open it. It was just a headache sometimes. It does have a little key strap, which I would attach an AirTag to. And then I would, you know, have some pen, business cards, portable chargers, cables in there. It was really nice to keep it all organized. You do have a strap to secure a tripod or gimbal. Now, on the back part of the bag, one of the things that really annoyed me was the straps were connected to the bag itself and not the part that folds down. We all know what we're talking about here. You have to like do one of these things, open it up, and then get it out of there, and then now you have the straps in the way. It is what it is though. Now I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro, so it's fairly big, and putting it into the laptop sleeve here, this is the laptop sleeve. It's got another pocket for like an iPad or notebook, which I loved. I would have my iPad and my computer here, but when the computer is in here, it's just like, it just doesn't fit right. Look how close that is to the edge. It is a pain in the ass to zip it up sometimes, especially when it's full, like when you have clothes in there and then you have camera gear and then you have an iPad and then you have a laptop. It was just almost too big for it. Like this little Velcro strap that normally secures it doesn't even fit. So that was one of the bigger issues that I had with this bag. But you do have this, which I absolutely love. This is the camera cube that fits inside of the bag. When the camera cube is taken out, there is this little divider thing right here that you can fold up, and then you have the entire length of the bag as one giant backpack. It does have a pocket right here. Lots of pockets. I love that. And let's get to the camera cube, because I love this thing. Sometimes I would take just the camera cube out and about when I didn't want to carry an entire backpack. It does have two little clips or like mounting points to mount a strap, so you can hang it around your waist and stuff like that. It does have that quick access, so that way it'll go into through the bag. And the bag does have a pocket to hold the flap when you have it available for quick access, so it's not like having two flaps when you open it up. So that was a really cool, nice little touch. The camera cube itself, it's a little chunky. It's really padded, almost too much padded, because you can't really fit as much stuff in there. And there's not much structure inside of the padding. It's just kind of like all over the place. But the cube does unzip completely and fold flat, which is a nice touch. But overall, this bag has done perfect, and it has allowed me to do all of the things that I have done the last 2 years. But one of the things that I hated about this bag, and always have, is just how floppy it is. There's no structure. You're always kind of having to like pull it up so that way it's not folding on itself, so you can zip it up, and it's just kind of annoying when there's stuff in there, especially a computer. It does not stand up at all. You have to, you know, do one of those things where you kind of lean it up, find which way it leans right, and it was just kind of a nightmare. But overall, this bag has been amazing, and I'm probably not going to get rid of it just yet. And that's where this comes into play. This right here is the new Peter McKinnon Nomatic Everyday Bag. It is 25 liters, and they just released it not too long ago. Now, I've had this bag for almost a day now. I got it last night, and I can say that I love it. I did buy it secondhand, but it was still brand new. It had tags on it and everything. Now, I did buy it secondhand, but it was still brand new. It had the tags on it and everything like that, because I was not about to pay $400. Now, I did pay $330, but it's still a little bit cheaper than the $400. So let's talk about the quality of this bag. The quality is fantastic. I don't know what this material is, but if you can imagine like a Space Force team to fight aliens, this is what their suits probably be made out of. It's not stretchy, so it wouldn't be too comfortable, but this thing feels like an astronaut bag. I don't know what it is. It is it's amazing though, and I absolutely love it. And then just look how rigid it is. There's nothing in it, but it's not getting tipped over. It's a solid bag. Listen to this. That's a solid camera bag right there. So you do have mounting points on the front here, which I don't feel comfortable mounting anything to that because these are so tight, and to be able to squeeze the clips into there, I feel like I'm going to break something. The side pockets I really like because they are magnetic. I'm sure you've seen that. And the magnets are not weak, which is good because I was worried about having all of this little mesh padding in here, or mesh elastic in there. It would kind of like push the magnets open if it wasn't folded right, but that is not the case. The magnets are sufficiently strong enough to keep that in place. You do have more mounting points right here, which I do mount to. I had my gimbal in there today. And then you have the same thing on the side. No quick access, but I'm not really a big fan of it. I've never needed to use it. The zippers are very high quality. There's two different types of zippers. I guess three once you count the zippers inside of the bag. There is the zippers for the loft, which have a metal tubing on them, which feels really good. I don't see that having an issue. And then the zippers for the back access are just these little heat shrinked tubing on the ends of the rope, which feels good, feels solid. And then the laptop compartment on the side here has the same metal sleeved zippers as the loft. All the zippers are weather sealed, and it is a fantastic seal. You feel like you're going into a battle opening and closing it because of how nice the zippers feel. I love them. They feel great. And then on the back here, you have the padding, and you also have a luggage pass-through, which is vertical, which is much nicer. I don't know why they just didn't do that in the first place on my other bag. But yeah, that is much nicer. The padding on the straps is crazy good. I don't know what it is, but it is awesome. It is extremely comfortable, even with heavy stuff in there, including my MacBook and all of the camera gear. It is very comfortable. You do have these little loops that you can mount the sternum strap to. I'm probably just gonna have it staying off because I don't really use them. But you do have an option. This does come with the bag. You don't have to pay for it. This top handle is very rigid. It is a nice feeling handle, and it is very solid. I feel like I could pull a car just pulling the handle. I like that. The straps are very long, so if you are a big guy, you could fit the bag around you, no problem. And yeah, it is just a very well built, very, very comfortable bag. So let's get on the inside. Here you have side access laptop. The material inside here is extremely soft. I saw another reviewer say he wishes his bed was made out of this. I would not be mad if my bed was made out of this. I think I would be quite comfortable, if I'm being honest. So yeah, very nice padding in there, very soft. Now, a lot of people, when reviewing this bag, they will just say it fits a MacBook Pro 16-inch. And then that's all they would say. They didn't say how it fit. They didn't say if it was a struggle getting it in there, if a struggle getting out of there, if you can feel it on your bag and it was uncomfortable. But I can assure you that the MacBook does fit in there very nicely. You don't have to like fiddle with it to get it in there. It does go in there. And then when it is in there, there is plenty of room. So it's not like squished against the bag, and it's not really tight. And then since these straps are on the back part here and not on the physical bag, there's no like bump when you have your computer in there. Because on my old bag, the straps were on the backpack, not on the back access part. So when I would have my computer in there, it just changed the shape and fit of the bag, and it was very not comfortable, but it wasn't too uncomfortable. But this, you don't even know you have the computer in there. And that right there is amazing for me. Because like I said, I bring my laptop with me everywhere, and it is so annoying dealing with it in this bag. I love that. It's just in there, and it's in its own pocket. Stop putting the laptop inside the door, inside where the back access is. On my old bag, every time I would open it, my laptop would just slide out. And it was the most annoying thing ever. This, it's its own little pocket. I can get to my camera gear, I can get inside the bag, and the laptop stays where it is supposed to be. That is amazing. Getting out, it's a breeze. And, not to mention, I do have a case on here. So, even with a case, it fits great. Now, if you have one of those extremely padded, drop-proof, waterproof cases, good luck. It probably won't fit, but for what I do, it fits perfect, and I love that. The top here, you have these two zippers, and this gives you access to what Peter likes to call the loft. It has a padded zipper pocket up here. No one talks about this, but this inside, this part right here is padded as well. So it's padded on both sides. Never heard anyone talk about that. It's got two mesh side pockets right here. I don't really know what you would put in there because they are so small and tight, but I just put my SSD and some dongles for my MacBook. And then the materials used in here are the same kind of materials used throughout the bag. So you could add dividers in here if you really wanted to. One of the things that I don't like, I don't know if it's my bag or if they're all like that, but this top loft here, if you can kind of see, it's like bowed. It's not completely flat. And I don't know, it's just really weird. Another thing is the zippers are different. They're kind of these like flat pull tabs. This zipper only, the other two zippers that are in the back part of the bag don't do this. But when you go to like zip it like this, it kind of like pulls on the zipper weird. And it just doesn't feel right. So you kind of have to like kind of think about how you're unzipping it. Minor detail, not a big issue. But let's get into the back access. So, like I said, straps go with it. You don't gotta fiddle with opening the straps up and trying to make it fit through. Just right with it, very nice. Now, the kit that I got came with the two small cubes. I do have the large camera cube on its way because it fits my needs better. I'll go into that in a second here. But on this back part here, you have the two mesh pockets, and then you have nothing. It would be kind of cool to see some more organizational stuff up there, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And then you have your access to the loft right here. Again, I don't know if this is just my bag, but since the part for the loft is bowed a little bit, it makes it really weird to get into here. Like, you see how it just... You kind of have to like fiddle with it a little bit, but it is what it is. So like I said, we have the two camera cubes. I'll get into that in a second. And then you just have the empty shell. This is the base model of the bag. This right here, everything you see in here is $2.99. With the small dividers, I am not positive. I know that the...
Is there something else I can help with?
Why does she keep doing that? Okay, so yeah, just the shell, it's $200. You can get dividers just for this part, so you don't have to have a cube if you don't want a cube. I do want the cubes. But, and then you can probably see this little tab here. When you pull on this tab, it gives you access to a bigger loft. And then you can just take your one camera cube and place it in just like that. That's why I wanted the one with the one camera cube, because there's going to be times where I want a bigger top section here. So that is cool. It's a little tricky to get in. Like, you kind of And yeah, see, since mine is bowed like that, it just kind of flows all weird. So I might take that out and like set some stuff on it for a while or something. I don't know, I gotta figure something out with that part. But, so then on the cubes here, I was having a lot of difficulty setting these up. No, it's not hard placing the dividers. It's not annoying. The dividers are very nice. But just the size of these cubes is very awkward. For me, I have an A6400 with a cage and some NATO rails on the side, so it's not the true form of the A6400. If it was just the camera, no cage, it would have fit a little bit better. But since I have the cage in there, the way I have it set, it sticks out the top a little bit. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but we're going to find that out once I put my camera and my laptop in there. You can't fit the camera flat in here with the lens facing up this way. It's too wide. Even without the cage, it's too wide. You can't fit it this way because the lenses are too long. So it's really awkward fitting the camera in here. That's why I ordered the large cube. I think the large cube will solve 90% of the issues that I'm having with this bag. So like I said, I have the two here. This one I'll normally have my camera in with a couple lenses and some batteries and some smaller stuff like that. And then my drone one. Now these dividers are really, really nice. They are probably the best dividers that I've ever used in a camera bag or camera system like that. You have one side which is the soft Velcro part, and then another side which is like a matte fabric that you can't stick anything to. It does have the Pirate Life logo. One of the things I like about them is they're really thin, which is good. It's not a bad thing. I'm not going to be throwing this bag down a hill or off a cliff, so I'm not too worried about that. It's just keeping the gear separated, which is good. What's cool about this is if you were to not use one of these tabs, you can just fold it over. And then now the tab is gone. You don't got to worry about it. It does fold in half, so you can have like an elevated section and then put something underneath it, stuff like that, whatever you need to do. There is the smaller tabs right here, so they're half the size of this one. You get two large ones and one half-size one per cube. I would like to have seen maybe one more small one or one more big one, but the 3 dividers per cube is well enough. And so yeah, that's the cubes. They used to have a wire frame inside of them, so that way they had better structure and they looked a little bit nicer, but they have since then removed them. I think you can special order the framed ones. You can ask them. I'm not too sure. Don't get your hopes up. But yeah, so that's the cubes. That's the little back section. This loft does completely come out if you just want one giant backpack, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, let's talk about some of the things that I don't like. Now I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because if you're going to be paying $400 for a backpack, you're going to want to know what you're getting and if it'll work for you. Like I said, I don't know if this is for mine, but since this top part inside here is not flat, it makes it really annoying getting into this thing. That's one of the issues that I'm having. The other issue is, since these zipper pull tabs are facing upright and they don't like pull the zipper, they kind of just like tug on it. It makes it really weird getting into these pockets up here sometimes. Not a big issue. I wish there was more organizational stuff in the bag. There's maybe like 4 pockets. No, there's 5 pockets in total. 3 of them are zippered, 2 of them are mesh. It is what it is. You know, you can work around that. Another kind of annoying thing, it's not, you know, the end of the world, but once you have them all zipped up here, I like to keep all my zippers in the middle. I don't like them all over the bag, but when you have all the zippers in the middle, the space between the loft and the back access is very tight. The loft like folds over it kind of. You can see it kind of just folds over it right here. So the zippers just get one giant little mess, and you have to move the zippers out of the way in order to get to the side or the compartment you want to get to. That is another annoying part. Not a big deal, like I said, though. Other than that, that is the only really annoying things that I've had with the bag. One of the cool things I would like to mention is the strap for these things, which I have right here, are excellent. I didn't think I could love a strap so much. As you can see here, it's got these two mounting points to clip to the bag. By looking at this, you would think that you need to kind of push this in and then it would open. This lever is springed, which is good. But yeah, it works like that. But what I found out is if you just kind of push it down, it does it on its own. So you don't have to like kind of push it in and then hope the spring goes up. You just push the lever down and it opens up. It is such a small feature, but such a nice one. Because when the bag or when the strap is attached to the bag here, you don't want to be fiddling with it. So being able to just push it down is just nice. It just clips right up. Good to go. It's got the elastic on it to hold up this stuff. Keep this a little bit nicer. On the adjustable side, it's got a lock, so you can lock the tension so it doesn't loosen. So yeah, overall, this strap is really, really nice. So my overall thoughts. Once I get the large camera cube, I think I will completely love this bag. Don't get me wrong, I still love it right now, but the large cube will solve most of my problems. Like I said, it was really tedious and not the best of putting my stuff in the small cubes, but the large cube will fix that. It is very, very structurally sound, very high quality. All the zippers have weather sealing. I already said they feel nice to zip, and it is just a very well-built bag. So if you're on the fence of getting it, look over some of the things that you want in a camera bag. Like if you want the organizational dividers and little pockets and stuff like that, that might be a deal breaker for you for this bag. It kind of deterred me from getting it for a while, but then I just said screw it because the other features outweigh those for me. And I haven't really had an issue with them not being there. But other than that, I'm ready to break in this bag and start using it and take it on some trips and things like that. So overall, is it an amazing bag? If you're on the fence, just pick it up and get it. If you don't like it, then resell it. And I don't think you won't be happy with it. So that being said, if you guys do want to see more reviews, I'm thinking about doing more. I just got a new lens, but I don't know, I think they're kind of fun. And so if you enjoyed this video, let me know and subscribe for the more videos. Peace. I swear to God, I wrote this memory card is full.